saga has a middle age, and this is what happens when Jay and Silent Bob get old. I'm Kevin Smith. We are in Orlando, which I've been hearing a lot in my house lately. I took my kid to see Book of Mormon, the beautiful musical made by the South Park boys and one of the guys that did Avenue Q. It's fantastic. I know this is no way to open our show by like, go see a better show. But you'll thank me if you ever get a chance. It's sold out till like fucking Christmas. It's a hot ticket in New York, but they're starting to do the road shows now. It is phenomenal, one of the best pieces of art. You know, hands down, I'll give it this, the best piece of art I've ever seen in my life. Plus, lots of fuck jokes. At one point, it tells the story of these Mormon missionaries who are going to be sent out to the world. They get 2 years when they're 19 to go recruit more Mormons, and these two wind up getting sent to Uganda and Africa. And before they get sent there, one of them, the one who's like squeaky clean, the perfect Mormon, his name is Elder Price, Kevin Price. He dreams of going to one place to be a Mormon missionary for 2 years, his dream place, and it's Orlando. And he sings a song, he goes, Orlando, I love you, Orlando, SeaWorld and Disney and Papa golfing. It's an awesome musical, and that's the tamest part of the musical. And I brought the kid to see it. My kid's 12 and whatnot, and you know, she grew up my kid, so she's heard very salty language over her years. So I figured she could handle this, and she could. And we've been enjoying singing it together in the house, because there's part of the musical at one point where they're in this Ugandan village, and they're trying to teach them about the Book of Mormon and Jesus Christ, Latter-day Saints, and all this stuff. And the Book of Mormon, if you don't know, is pretty wacky. So as they're trying to explain, the Ugandans like, that is fucking bullshit. We've heard these stories before. They never help us at all. And then the lesser Mormon of the one team, there's the Uber Mormon, who's Elder Price, and then Elder Cunningham is kind of the Mewes of the Mormon bunch. He starts telling the Ugandans, the people in this village, the Book of Mormon through his own kind of pop culture prism and shit. And he starts, adding to it, and it's kind of going like, if you fucking do this, you're gonna burn in the fiery pits of Mordor. So mixing in like religion with fiction and shit like that. So he keeps telling the Mormons, he keeps telling the Ugandans the story of these Mormons that didn't quite exist. He tailors their story to kind of make it relevant to them and shit. And right then and there, 80% of their village has AIDS. And they have problems because of that and stuff. And then there's, they have a lot of female castration going on, forced female castration. So that's going on. And so suddenly this Elder Cunningham kid uses the Book of Mormon and a bunch of movies to kind of like make it relevant for their village. And so the Elder Mormon from like the main church from Salt Lake City comes, and the Ugandans are like, we're going to put on a musical for you. And like they decide to put on a show which essentially tells the Book of Mormon. And since it's the Book of Mormon as told by this kid, Elder Cunningham, it's completely fucked up. Like, since like there's 80% AIDS and they're in the middle of this kind of village, it's almost kind of primitive, run by warlords and shit like that. There's one guy, they're like, take this asshole in the village, for example. He's trying to get rid of his AIDS, and he heard the only way to do that is to have sex with a virgin. But there are no virgins, so he's going to rape a baby. And then the guy's like, you can't do that, that's against God's will. And he's like, where does it say anything in the Bible about not raping a baby? And so suddenly Elder Cunningham is like, right here, one day Joseph Smith, who was the founder of the Mormon religion, wanted to fuck a baby. But the God said, no, Joseph Smith, if you fuck a baby, I will not cure your AIDS. Fuck this frog instead. Unless you really want to.
It's okay, I'm working the lab.
You're okay? You're comfy with it? Sweet. Okay, so the idea is I'm going to give you a sexual position, and you guys will go talk about it. When you're done, come on out. Get the watch off, even help. From now on, we always have to start the show with this. Okay, the sexual position that you guys will be enacting for us, naturally, we're here in Orlando, so we should do something a little themed to where we are. This is called Brokeback Mickey Sucking Donald's Dicky. We'll figure that out. While they're figuring that out, I just wanted to take a moment to say hello to everybody and point out that it was 35 years ago. It was the first time I came to Orlando in 1977, and the beautiful lady who brought me here back then is still here today. My mother's in the room with us. My mother's used to me telling all sorts of fucking stories and whatnot, and she's heard me rub the gamut, and I've sat down with her. Anybody that listens to SModcast may remember I sat down, gave my mother wheat cake, and recorded 2 hours of glorious conversation with her, where we really got to know Grace Smith.
Just let it be.
Oh, is that involved?
Yeah.
He starts off stage?
Yeah.
This is kind of like the epic version of Let Us Fuck, man. Normally they start right in front of you and shit. You get right to this.
We had a little time.
All right, here we go. The sexual position that we're going to see in this early preliminary round of Let Us Fuck. Don't forget, we'll play again at the end of the show, so gentlemen, loosen your sphincters. This is for my mom, Grace Smith. This is called Brokeback Mickey Sucking Donald's Dicky. Take it away, Jason Mewes.
Let us fuck.
So I'll say a lyric, and then you say it right back at me. So if I were to say something to the beat like, I'm Jason Mewes, then I would point at you, and you'd immediately say it right back. Don't lose the beat, brother, don't lose the beat. So I'll do it, we'll try it here, you gotta do it real quick. I'm Jason Mewes.
I'm Jason Mewes.
Very good, but much faster and better. Okay, here we go, man, this is for Francie Pants, ready? A new birthday song. Hopefully this catches on and we'll start making money. Trying to find the beat to jump in. That was almost it. Don't fuck up the beat, man. Just sit. Okay, here we go. Oh, Francie Pants.
Oh, Francie Pants.
It's your birthday.
It's your birthday.
We hope it rocks.
We hope it rocks.
We hope you play.
We hope you play.
We hope you find.
We hope you find
your own G-spot.
your own G-spot.
And massage that shit.
And massage that shit.
With all you've got.
With all you got.
Come as many times.
Come as many times
as you are years old.
as you are years old.
Then eat ice cream.
Then eat ice cream.
And hit the road.
And hit the road.
Drive recklessly.
Drive recklessly.
Down one-way streets.
Down one-way streets.
Kill a hobo just.
Kill a hobo just.
To stop his heartbeat.
To stop his heartbeat.
For $50.
For $50.
I'll let you choose.
I'll let you choose.
Between pegging me. Or Jason Mewes. And tomorrow repent. Tonight it's all okay. Because Francie Pants. It's your birthday.
It's your birthday.
Hey. Happy birthday, Francis. Shows a workout for you, isn't it, man? A lot of fucking, a lot of beat keeping. You're like a Ringo with this bitch.
It's tough because I feel like I got the beat going and all of a sudden I'll hear someone go doo-ta, doo-ta, and I want to, not that I could, but I want to be like pop, boom, pop. of a sudden I started eating candy. And shit.
You go full fucking Neil Peart from Rush.
Instead, though, I'm trying to keep that thing, and I'm like, ow.
I do. I watched at the end of the night, like
To
yesterday.
grab the shampoo from the brand new shampoo I bought from the back of the car. You know, can you run and grab it? And she's like, maybe if you do, maybe I'll fuck you after I get out of the shower. And then I'm like, and then I'm like, you need this back? And then, you know, a lot of times I'll bring it back, she'll be like, thanks, and then she'll come out and she'll be like, I'm not fucking you. I'm like, I'll go grab something else. But no, she's,
In that way, your marriage is a lot like high school, man. It's the same fucking thing. You're like, do me a favor, and you might get late. And you're like, okay. Like, no way.
She's like, you were too quick on it. She's like, you should have fucking held out a little bit, then I'd give you the puss. Right? You know, instead of me running, grabbing it and shit. No, but it's not too bad.
I've had many conversations with your lady. I've never once referred to it as the puss.
No, but I gotta tell you this, the cutest thing today, she's probably gonna get mad at me, but we watched Moonwalker on the bus this morning. You know,
What is that?
Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? It's
The Michael Jackson?
The old movie Moonwalker, and it has that. He's in that, like, he throws the fucking quarter in the jukebox, and it's like, and then he's like, and while I was sitting there trying to do the dance, and so was she, but what was cute was later on she got out of the fucking shower and I started playing it, and she was butt naked, and she was like this, trying to do the thing, and I was like, shake it more, trying to, and fucking Melon was like, you know what I mean? It was cute.
You were giving it an awful lot of sway there, man.
There's no swing. That's
What is
just
she, 82?
It's like hanging and shit. No, I'm not saying that swinging, it's fucking her legs swinging.
Oh.
When I say this is going, it's just a melon itself in a solid thing.
Good cover.
It is a good one.
Let's throw my nuts in some ice water. Just to kill the time.
I'm dipping my ice in bowl, she's like,
Swaying.
No, it's fun. I mean, we were messing around, which I'll harass her because every once in a while she'll be, you know, again, she'll be like, chatting with a couple of her friends, like her one friend moved and her other friend just moved back. And anyway, so she'll be chatting and writing emails for work, and she won't pay attention to me. So I'll be like, come on, babe, look at my nuts and stuff. And it grabs her attention for a few minutes, and then I'll sit and try to have sex with her, and then she'll be like, hold on, and put your fucking nuts back in eyes.
It's refreshing to know that your tactics haven't changed since grade school. Look at me, pay attention to me. Oh, I'll put my nuts in the water.
I wanted to ask, like, what do you think you would do when you went to see the doctor and she was doing the cough thing? But she's like, look, you know, it's been years now. We don't really do that anymore. We have a new technique. We really want to make sure the nuts are healthy and they're good. And she's like, I'm gonna lay down on this table and I just need you to drop your nuts in my mouth. And she's like, I'm a medical professional, and she showed you a license. She showed you a video of she's like, this is the new technique.
She's like, look at all these famous people. The Tom Cruise does it.
Yeah, it's a, you know, it's called the fucking eccentric fucking teabag tester or something. But you know, it's a new fucking technique, and it really works. They really can know the facts.
Never in a million years. I'd be too terrified that I'd just be like losing my balance and kill her. Like every once in a while, like, you know, I'm like, hey man, let's bust to 69 with Jen. She's like, okay, you get on top. And I'm like, never mind. Because that'd be weird, man. That's like, you know that scene in fucking the end of Ghostbusters where the EPA guy gets covered with the marshmallow man? If I lay it on Jen, that's what it's like, man. Just slime her all over. She could wear me and shit like a ghost at Halloween.
I don't think I've gotten my nuts checked either since then.
You need
and
to.
I forgot they don't do it, but don't they also, I thought what you were talking about first is when is it when you gotta get your...
She did that as well.
What age? What age are you when?
40, you're supposed to do it 40.
Start doing 40.
She did that to me. She got real intimate. You know, the ball thing I thought was the worst of it, and then she was like, we're gonna go for this. I thought you did that at a proctologist and shit. Like, I thought I'd meet her. I was looking for little hands just for when she went for the
check this and this and this.
But all of a sudden, she's like, I do everything. Like, I'm the first stop, GP, and then if there's, something wrong, then we send you on to a proctologist. She's like, no, I can do it. And I was like, oh, do you have to? She's like, yeah, like, that's why you're here, to do this sort of thing. I was like, okay. I said, what should I do? And she's like, bend over the table this way, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I'll be honest with you, I'm not afraid of you. I said, it's just, I had an anal fissure years ago, and it got cut, and since then, that's only been an exit. Prior to that, some wild good times, Doc, but since the anal fissure, it's been tough. Like, I've been too terrified to have anything going on down there and whatnot. And she's like, well, that I'm flattered to be your first. I said, hey, I didn't say you were my first. And so she was like, okay, let me lube up, and she goes, remember little hands? I was like, yeah, right on. And she had little hands, she put the gloves on and shit, greased it up and whatnot. And she's like, okay, just drop down a little bit more, and I was opening up, and I was just let me brace, like, let me, I gotta say an Our Father real quick, and then you tell me, and then she's like, don't even worry about it, hold on, and then up, and she found like some fucking angle where she was, and suddenly she was in me. It was crazy intimate. I was just like, oh my God, I was wearing her like a ring. She was wearing me like a ring. But the thing was, like, I'm not used to things going on. I mean, periodically, if I gotta take a shit, it's a breech shit where it's turned around and shit. We gotta save it. I gotta get in there and twist it to make things go correct. So it's mine. I can gauge distance and depth and shit like that. This is a different thing altogether. Suddenly, I'm wearing her, and she is created a kind of vacuum effect. Because I feel like suddenly, like I went to the bathroom before I went to the doctor and stuff, but suddenly I feel like, oh man, there's something back there. And she's just holding it back like a little Dutch boy right now. It's just that feeling of just like, the feeling of like, I guess fullness or whatever, but to me it felt like, I think I got a shit. But she's used to that kind of thing. She's like, you're clenching. And I was like, I think you want me to clench, Doc. And she goes, no, you're fine. And I was like, no, I don't know about that. And she goes, who would know right now more than me? And I was like, right on, man. We're shit talking now.
So I'm like, getting stuck right there, and she's like, so I went from, and then all of a sudden she's like, fuck you. She's like, fuck me harder. And what I stood out about this is, I remember this is the first time that I remember being like, oh yeah. And then like, she was like, fuck me harder. And I'm like, and I just remember in my head, I'm like, I'm doing the fucking best I can. And she's like, harder. I'm like, I just remember trying so hard. She's like, harder. And I'm like, I can't get any harder, man. And I'm like getting winded and shit. I'm like fucking trying. Even this tour, we've gone through a few tours, but even this last, the last couple weeks on the bus, it's like I go through moments, and it's interesting because things will come up, and it's weird because even though I almost had 6 years, and I've told some stories about I was doing really well, got really bad, and got a few months, got bad, got a few months, and then I had almost 6 years, and I was like, wow, man, I'm doing it 6 years, I'm fine. Got surgery, and then I relapsed, and I'm so want to kick myself in the ass for relapsing so much, but at the same time, it's weird, because I go through these moments where I'm like, wow, if I didn't relapse, I don't know if I'd be here right now. We'd be sitting up here, and I'm not saying that I should have relapsed and it was good, but at the same time, it's weird, the roads.
It's actually kind of a cute moment in the bus, and he'll say it out loud from time to time, where he's just like, if I hadn't fallen off the wagon and relapsed, none of this would be happening right now. And all of us who lived through the relapse look at him like, fuck you. We could have gotten here without the relapse. But he's just like, no, the way things happened, I'm not saying it was right what I did, but the way everything came together, it kind of worked, right? You know, waiting for one person to be like, yeah, good thing you did all that heroin. But it did kind of bring everybody a lot closer together and whatnot. I kind of stopped hanging out with Mewes at that point because of the relapse and because he'd gone back down the drug route and whatnot. I was like, I ain't gonna do this shit again. I lived through it once, I'm not doing it again. And when he came out of this, when he decided to kind of put it all back together and whatnot, that's when suddenly he was amenable to talking. Because for years I was always like, you should just sit down and tell people about the drugs, dude. Like, just tell people what you do. Like, that was the only aspect of you that was not free. This man I've loved for years, and he was inspiring, and I've learned things from him because he's one of the most free people I've ever met in my life. He was one of those cats that's just like, I don't care what other people think. This is who I am. So, when you meet people like that, you cling to him because it's so fucking rare, but at the same time, it was always surprising the guy who could be that open wouldn't talk about the heroin, and his whole thing was like, if I tell people I use heroin, they get a real fucking dirty picture in their minds of me shooting up with a needle and that fucking, like, then they never treat me the same, and I was always like, just talk about it. Tell people that exact fucking thing. I was like, to name it is to claim it. The more you talk about it, the more you own it, there's nowhere left to hide. You can just kind of be your own hero out there being candid as fuck. And after he fucking fell off the wagon and started getting clean again, suddenly there was a moment where he could hear that. And he was like, all right, let's do it. And we sat down at SModcast and started doing Jay and Bob Get Old. And it's aggregated into this. It's us traveling the country. This is the second time we've done it here, man. So, Lord knows I'm not a sober liver, but it's for those who have trouble with substance abuse and whatnot. Mewes and his story actually, gives one hope, because if a knucklehead like this guy can get it back together, anybody can do it. So your meetings.
We heard you talking, and as soon as I heard you stop talking, we were done.
Wow, well done. All right.
Timing it, man.
The sexual position that Mr. Jason Mewes and
Carter Adams
are going to be performing for us this evening is called It's a Small Hole After All. Take it away, Jason Mewes.
Let us fuck.
Give it up for him, man. I am not entirely sure you've ever been on that ride.
What's up?
What part of It's a Small World was that?
You're right. Don't you drive through the boats and the cast, the people, hands
Yeah, but what was this? Do you row while you go through It's a Small World?
No, but we wanted people to know it was a boat. It's not a verbal, it's a visual. For them.
You got me on a technicality. Ladies and gentlemen, did he win?
Yeah!
Go on over there. Sex acts get more and more elaborate. You seem to kind of put
Come on, bro!
production value in the high
Yeah,
school.
we're trying to. I'm trying to get a little side thing. Oh, of course, it's all good.
Okay, here we go, man. The sexual position that we're going to see these two get into is called Stick It in My Poo at the Gatorland Zoo. Take it away, Jason Mewes.
Let us fuck.
Gators, and I too have had the crushing fear that I might fall into the water and be fucked by one of them.
Yes.
Did he win, ladies and gentlemen? I'm a post-coital hugger. Okay, you ready? You ready to go?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to watch the final. Don't Kelsey Grammer off the stage, man. I thought last one, when that dude alligator was fucking you, I thought for sure he's gonna thrust you over the side. Okay, man, the final Let Us Fuck for this evening is called Toy Story 4. Woody Gets Buzzed. Take it away, Mr. Mewes.
Let us fuck.
There's a snake in my boot.
What kind of snake?
Give it up, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, the snake in my boots did it for me, man. That was tremendous. We're out of gifts. We'll bring him backstage and give him some.
We'll get you some.
People of Orlando, Florida, have you enjoyed yourselves this evening? If you did at all, it's because of this guy standing to my left. Please give it up for my